Hey guys, what is going on, and welcome back to the channel. So yesterday I was out here doing a little bit of work on a dually. I did get the, like you guys saw last time, the rear end is in. Everything is tight and fastened. I did go ahead and put the shocks in yesterday. Just taking care of, trying to take care of some loose ends. For right now I just put my rear diff vent there. I do have the rear brakes hooked up and bled. Just a little bit of a tip for you as far as bleeding. What I do is let gravity help me out because this whole system was empty basically from that connection right there. What I did was I just filled up the reservoir up under the hood and then opened up both bleeders on both sides and then just let gravity take over. Now you still do have to do a vacuum bleed or have somebody help you, pump it up, open, crack, close, let off, pump it up, and do that a few times. If you do not, to get the rest of the air out of the line. So it is a good idea to go ahead and still do that to get all of the air out of the lines. So, but what's worked out well for me, to sit there and try and pump all that air out of those lines, I just start out by cracking them bleeders and let gravity be my friend as far as that. Yes, you are, the title is 100% correct. We are going to take this thing on its first drive tonight. I took the wiring harness and kind of coiled it up right there and put it on top of the fuel tank. Now we're just going to stay in the neighborhood. We have no tail lights, so yeah, we're just going to fire this baby up and we are going to drive it further than just in the driveway around. We're actually going to go around the neighborhood. So what I wanted to show you real quick first was I did not do the push airline or the push-in airline fittings. I just went to Menards and got some 1/4 inch to 1/4 inch compression fittings for my airbags. And then I was able to find some new U-bolts down there for those at Tractor Supply. Kind of a funny shape. It's actually like 4 inches at top, and then it flares out to like 5 inches or something like that. So they're probably a 4.5 is what they actually are. They fit, they work just fine. So I got all that taken care of. I just I'm gonna go ahead and secure that airline to this side. On these compression fittings, what you do here is I just square one end off like that. On this line right here, the ID is just a little bit too small to put those little brass inserts in. So even the balls now are captured within the caps. The little balls are captured within the caps. Sorry, me holding it up here like this doesn't help you for down here. So you just push that on there like that. Push that in as far as you can and just start threading it on. And that's all there is to that right there. So I still need to run an airline from this side, and I'm going to route it around this cross member right here over to that bag over there through this T. So this one is pretty much done. I think what I'm going to do is tuck these behind though, like this. Behind them brackets like that, and then just kind of keep everything out of the way from basically exhaust. This side here, that protector plate or that plate was rotted off of it, so I may have to make another one to go right down through here to keep the heat off of that side of the bag. I'm not certain. We'll see how hot this exhaust gets back here. One other thing I wanted to show you before it just gets too dark is You remember this rear end I painted with that Rust-Oleum, and if you look, Since this was sitting out in the rain, you know, from the rain delay, and the rest of the day it pretty much rained, you can see all these little spots right here where it's starting to come through. There's one there. There's a bunch up and through here. This spring, you can see all them spots. And so I'm not real impressed with that Rust-Oleum paint, that rust converter or whatever it is, because the rust is coming through the paint actually. So I don't know what the deal is with that. But anyway, for right now, let's get this bed pushed over because I do have it on the carts, and let's get this baby down the road just before it gets a little bit too dark. Alright, we had just a few technical difficulties with the camera. As I set it up on the hood, it fell off. And now, when I try and turn it on, we have some issues. We got a lens error. So, good thing I bought the extra warranty on this. So, I'm going to have to head up to Best Buy and see what I can't do. Anyway, let's get this going down the road. I don't think my lights aren't working on these gauges, but that's alright. We're going to do something different anyway. Gotta go over there and push that mirror out. Alright, here we go. And by the way, I did check the diff, make sure it had oil in it. We have no boost gauge or the barometer's not working, so we're gonna have to go back and it don't matter anyway. Like I said, those gauges are getting changed out. All right, I think that worked out pretty good. Everything seemed like it was running good. There's one other thing I forgot to show you guys the last couple of videos. My son and I was kind of screwing around. I left it run for a reason. My son and I was kind of screwing around, and you guys have been with the channel for a while, you know what Big Black Nasty is. It's just what I called that old big black tip I had up there. But in all reality, I put it on the dually and I really kind of like it. So I'm gonna put it on there now. We can see how it changes because, you know, as most of you know, them big tips like just pretty much act like a megaphone. So I'm gonna put it on the truck over there and see if you guys like it. I really won't know until I get the bed put on it. And see where I want to put it, or if I even like it on there once I get the bed on the truck. Kind of a look of it right there. Now it needs probably to come out just a touch more. If you look at the tires, that's where that dual is actually going to sit the way I have them oriented on the truck. So that's going to be pretty much right underneath of where that fender flare is out there, is where I'm going at. So that might need to come out just a little bit in relationship to the back of the tire. So I don't know if that exhaust is going to be long enough, because that probably needs to come out. But like I said, I won't know until I get the bed on secure. But I'm really kind of liking it on there, believe it or not. All right, like I said, I really won't know where it goes until I get the bed on there. I mean, for the most part, I do really like it on there, to be honest with you. I didn't think I would like it. I normally don't like big black tips like that, or I'm sorry, not big black tips. That really doesn't sound right. Big exhaust tips, but for some reason, I like it on the dually. So I think we might weld that on there and run with it and kind of go from there. I'm not sure what I want to do. The exhaust is straight piped from the turbo back. I do need to take, where they put the EGT probe is not right. The EGT gauge is not working, but the boost gauge is. And believe it or not, those gauges in there are ISPRO, so I was actually pleasantly surprised. I know I really hadn't showed you guys any of that stuff yet, but like I said, those gauges are ISPRO, so pretty cool. I'm going to pick up another gauge. Those aren't really the gauges I want to go with. I do want to go with some ISPRO, maybe 1 or 2 gauges, but the rest of the stuff is going to be, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to kind of leave it at that. But for right now, I just kind of wanted to take you guys for the first ride with me in the truck, other than just kind of moving it around in the driveway. So for right now, guys, I do appreciate each and every one of you. Subscribe. Nope, not that. Subscribe if you have not already done so. Hit that like button, give me a thumbs up, and like I said, subscribe, become part of the family. From now on, for now, guys, we'll talk to you later on. Bye-bye.